Live, our first gut punch podcast. Bruins lay an egg. I mean, they played okay, but some boneheaded mistakes. Especially from people who shouldn't be making boneheaded mistakes. Um, Put us in a bad position, and we just weren't able to claw our way back against a stupid Leafs team at home. Super frustrating loss, Dad. Any opening thoughts?
Yeah, McAvoy sucked tonight, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was the
I
biggest mistake.
mean, I get it. It's easy to pick on the huge one, right? 7 minutes left in a tie game, and you let the best goal scorer in the league behind you.
Yeah.
Like, holy cow, what are we doing there? There's no way on this planet that guy should be behind you in a 2-2 playoff game with 7 minutes left. But he managed to let him behind him. And, again, he was completely invisible all game. McAvoy supposed to be a top five league center, a top five league defenseman. No, I caught up to two bad turnovers in his own zone, really bad. He did make two nice plays to keep it in at the end of the game when we had an open net. But, man, otherwise, that dude needs to step up because he was not good tonight. And Shattenkirk, I've been, telling all year round I want him in my top six. Didn't make any effort to block that shot on the power play. Like, holy cow, dude, this is the playoffs. Anyone gets the puck in the slot right there on the power play, you have to hit the ice. You have to hit the ice. And, Tavares had a point-blank shot on Allmark, really didn't stand a chance. And, really disappointing, Matt. What did you think of the game?
No, I think first off, we kind of got a chance to kind of make fun of the Leafs for exactly what we fell for. With the Pasta goal. The Pasta goal, there's just a few seconds left. They let Pasta get behind him. It's like, what idiots! Like, such an amateur move. You let the best scorer on the other team get behind you. All you got to do is this, and then our best defenseman just lays the same stupid egg. It really looks, it looks dumb on us. It really sucks that Peak is now, who knows what his status is. Hit him. I guess he hit him right in the hand.
He broke his finger. I can tell you now, he broke his finger. I mean, you don't leave a playoff game and not come back unless the finger's broken because they go in for X-rays. If it's just tissue damage and the finger's not broken, you come back. So Peak's out. I don't know how long he's going to be out with a broken finger. He's out. So that's not good. And, we had – I don't know what the tally was with the open net time on ice, but we had 8 scoring chances with 5 minutes left in the game. They showed the graphic, 8 scoring chances with 7 minutes left when they had just took the lead. And then at 5 minutes, the puck was in the Bruins zone for those 3 minutes. So it was, I don't know what they ended up with, but 8 scoring chances with 5 minutes left in the game is just not good. Their offense was so stagnant. They didn't have a shot on goal, I guess, from the 15-minute mark of the third period to the 8-minute mark, they were saying. The announcers, this is what, some of the things I was a little worried about. Not enough goal scoring. How many shots did we hit Samsonov right in the chest pretty much?
Yeah.
He made 2 nice saves where he had to slide across the ice.
Yes.
But, that's what every goalie does, right? When they go left to right on like a 2-on-1,
make
they just
themselves
slide
big,
and kick up. Yeah. And how many shots did we actually make him move a pad or, blocker or a glove out?
Yep.
Like,
I mean, there was like one shot where the guy hit him right in the neck, like right here. And it's like, come on, man. He had so much open ice. It's like, you're a professional hockey player. Can you please put some sort of skill on that shot and don't just rifle it right into the guy's freaking chest? So, I mean, but like before the game, I mentioned, we just got to put pucks on net. But guys, like shooting right in the guy's chest, one-on-one like that is super frustrating. If Pasta's the only one who can put any sort of spin on the puck, then we're in some trouble. Marchand's got to show up too. It was really
made a great pass in the first period, but You're right, Matt. They got to pick corners. You either, when you have the puck in a prime spot, you have to either pick a corner or shoot it 4 inches off the ice so there's a rebound. You can't just shoot it at the guy's chest. That's the worst puck. It's like a dead puck. It hits those pads and it just stops, or it just drops right in the goalie's lap. You can't have that. You have to have some skill. If you miss the net, you miss the net. But when you're in close quarters, you have to pick a corner or shoot the puck 4 inches off the ice so there's a rebound. How many flipping pucks did we shoot at that guy's shoulders and chest? It was infuriating.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, there's a few things they got to tighten up, especially the too many men on the ice. Getting 2 of those in one game is just super embarrassing for Montgomery. I know he was hot, he was mad at it, but you can be mad at it all you want. But that's pretty much 4 minutes of time when your offense, who's already struggling, doesn't get really a great opportunity. That was really frustrating. I feel like the Coyle situation was kind of garbage. I don't think Coyle did anything to warrant a roughing there. I think they were just trying to throw him a
they
bone.
Didn't want to give him.
They didn't want to give 5-on-3. So yeah, I mean, and then the thing is that you think that the Bruins have watched so much successful 6-on-5 this year against them. You think that they would have some good 6-on-5 like ideas, but
they had some chances. They did.
Yeah, they had some chances. Yeah, I mean, I don't, I think there was the power play when DeBrusk just kind of like tries to throw the puck up the ice. It was just some weird decisions.
Typical DeBrusk. Disappeared tonight. Awesome the other day. DeBrusk was on fire, shot out of a cannon. DeBrusk invisible tonight. I mean, what are you gonna do? It's the fourth line didn't bring the energy like they did last game. It was a weird game. It was, the first period we played terrible. The second period we played better, and we were down 1 goal in the third period. Like we gave up a goal, didn't score a goal. We played better in the second period than we did in the first period. We're up 2-1. Third period we just played terrible. Just no offensive zone time for us. It was awful until we pulled the goalie. It was just, we need scoring. And,
I mean, so I mean, going back and talk about the ref stuff, it's kind of like a silly thing, but legendary pancake. It's actually my buddy Andrew, and he mentioned that the too many men on the ice was a bogus call. He said that the Leafs also had 6 men on the ice at that point. I mean, overall, it was a very bizarre. Like, how do you call him for holding on to somebody and call the too many men? It's really weird there. We also got Raymond Warner from Facebook, one of your buddies, Dad. 63 is playing too timid, and I completely agree, Raymond. I don't know what Brad Marchand's got to do to get some sort of like impose his skill on the game, but
he's having trouble keeping the puck on his stick. He's losing it a lot. He made that great pass on the power play that was nice, but he's not getting in there. He's not mucking it up a little bit. Being the rat he used to be. I get it. He's the captain now. He doesn't want penalties, but you can do that stuff without drawing. Without getting a penalty. So frustrating game, but hopefully
we'll see.
Go back to Toronto, turn this thing around. So,
I mean, we got some decisions to make on the defensive end. My buddy Andrew mentioned that Forbert's off the long-term injury, so he might come back. I know that he was kind of wishy-washy, before he got injured, but maybe replace Grizz with Forbert. Witherspoon's probably going to be making an appearance. I know that he didn't do too bad for us this year. He was kind of one of those surprise, similar to Shattenkirk players. So maybe we'll
solid. See. He's going to take the place of Peak. Peak's going to be out. I mean, no doubt. He broke his finger. Otherwise, he'd be back in that game. So I like that call. I think you're right. Witherspoon comes in. Forbert, his condition is not going to be up for playoff hockey. The guy just came back. So they're probably going to work his conditioning up in practice. Hopefully they have a long cup run, because he'll be there if they need him. So,
I mean,
Peak's a big loss.
Yeah, they did highlight, like you said, like the fourth line was spending a lot more time in our zone this game than last game. I don't know why the wheels fell off so much this game, but they definitely did not get the opportunities they got last game this game. So I mean, overall, so one thing I will say is that I think the goalie situation is cool. In my opinion, I don't know how you feel about it, Dad, but Ullmark did really well.
Was amazing.
Yeah, Ullmark was amazing. He had a few really, really, really great saves. So keep rolling with it. Again, I really just wish that we put Samsonov in more positions to do something that actually required skill, because we really didn't do too much of that. So
yeah, I mean, I don't count those 2 left to right saves he made because that's what generally goalies do. The puck either hits you or it doesn't hit you. But also, let's not let the third line off the hook too. Did we see really a lot of Frederick, Geeky? I mean, were they good? I don't know. Lacko felt like he stood out a little bit to me. I saw him flying around, but man, these young kids, you got to bring playoff hockey every second. You have to bring it. And, otherwise you'll find yourself on the bench. There are other forwards. Van Riesdyk's waiting. So, hopefully
JVR.
these kids, they get those young legs. They got to be flying around. They have to be flying around at all times when they're out there. They can't just assume, I'm good. I made the playoff roster. No, if you're invisible and you're young, you will disappear.
Yeah.
You will get put up onto the shelf.
It really was like, both teams kind of going through and touching the stove in their own way. Like we mentioned, the defenseman letting, McAvoy letting Matthews get behind him, Leafs letting Pastrnak get behind him. And then, of course, we talked about DeBrusk. And DeBrusk had a great opportunity to get a stick on the puck, I think on the Tavares power play goal. It went right underneath his stick. It was going, he was like, I was like, oh no. And once I saw it going underneath the stick, I said, oh no, out loud. And that same thing
Shattenkirk doesn't hit the ice.
And then the same thing happened to the Leafs. The Leafs on that first power play where we scored, I'm like, they're not being hard on the puck at all. The puck has gone underneath their sticks like 3 times. I'm like, they don't even want to get out of their zone. And then we wore the same dunce hat, 20 minutes of game time later. So it's really tough to see us kind of get burned by the same mistakes that we exposed them for getting, burned by. But my buddy Andrew said Geeky was amazing. Freddie,
I don't know,
was too caught up with Reeves. So I don't know if
Geeky was amazing. I mean, I just didn't notice him much out there.
Yeah.
But I mean, Heinen, can we address Heinen? I'm sorry. Like, he was a nice surprise player. Even I gave him props. Could we get him off the first line, please? What is Heinen doing with Zacha and Pastrnak? I'll tell you what he's doing. He's doing nothing. That's what he's doing. Can we get someone with a little more skill than Heinen on there, please? Yeah. Put Geeky up there with him. I don't know. We got to get someone. I mean, it's a great story. Heinen battling back. He's back on the team. He had a good season. He doesn't belong on the first line with Pastrnak and Zacha. Zacha had a really nice pass tonight. He was a little more noticeable than he was last game, so I was happy about that. But it's time to make a change there because, Pastrnak, he's not getting the scoring opportunities that he normally gets. And, part of that has to be Heinen. I mean, Heinen he's just not that skilled. We got to get someone with a little more skill on that line. So I don't know. What do you think, Matt? Who would you put instead of Heinen?
So I'm going to answer that in a second, but we have Joni Naughton, one of your friends.
Naughton.
Yeah, she mentioned why does it seem like Boston always goes to max games? And I feel you, Joni. I don't know why you do this to our hearts. It's definitely good for the economy, but not good for our medical bills. I'll tell you that. And
we gotta do everything the hard way. Everything.
Yeah. No, and she thought the goalie situation was good. So I mean, luckily I think we're going to avoid any goalie controversy drama. So I do appreciate that take, Joni, and anything else you have. Prediction for next game, if you got it as well, please share. As for who I'd put outside of Heinen, I mean, overall Heinen's been disappointing for me in this playoffs. He's kind of had his revenge tour. My dad has apologized in the podcast and some of our other episodes. But where have you been, Heinen? I mean, he's the veteran presence. We don't get guys like Heinen, Shattenkirk, Pat Maroon for regular season records. We get them for this moment right here. So we need Heinen to step up. In his place, man, I don't.
How about Blomqvist?
Yeah.
I mean, he's flying around all over the place. Get some speed go with Pasta. I don't know. Yeah. All I know is the Heinen thing's not working. It's not working.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, Lauko's out there like a missile. So why don't we get Lauko? So there's just different things. We should definitely be considering because we're not generating too much creative offense. That Pasta goal, I audibly said, "Wow," because that was beautiful. But hopefully, that's not what it takes for us to get goals in this series because we are in trouble. That was a world-class goal, but you're not going to get 3, 4, or 5 of those a game. So we definitely need to be, So
it's a great point, Matt. It was a world-class. It took a world-class spin, pass, bury the shot, and it took the other team to be stupid too.
Yeah.
Considering that there's only a few seconds left in the period, they had no shot of scoring, and their forwards were on the blue line going for a scoring chance. Like, I don't know. So you're right. We can't count on that. We have to generate actual scoring chances. I mean, the one thing that has been encouraging is there's been slightly less turnovers coming out of our zone than there normally is. Doesn't mean there isn't any. I still see them, and usually it's Allmark bailing us out or someone else, makes a good defensive play and gets the puck out. But yeah, it's, so that's been a little better.
Yeah. It's been nice. We've been getting the puck out of our zone a bit better, which I appreciate. I feel like the zone time for them is not as high. As it goes for the Heinen thing, my buddy Andrew said, maybe we try and swap Geeky, get Geeky up there with Pastrnak. And he said, JVR might come back and be that front of the net presence. Pat Maroon, again, he hasn't really played much. Maybe it's a similar situation to Forbert. He's trying to get his legs under him. He, burned the candle at both ends last game. He doesn't really have the gas in him, but hopefully,
I want someone with a little more speed, skill. Even if he doesn't have the greatest hands, does he get speed? Could he generate some, open ice with, move in the neutral zone? I don't know. I mean, it's just the Heinen with Pastrnak's not working. It's just not working. They need to do something about that. So,
So that was it. I mean, we got 17 minutes of us complaining, 17 minutes of talking to you guys, which we do sincerely appreciate. And now we have a doubleheader coming up on Wednesday. Dad, are you going to be here for that doubleheader in the start, or is it firm that you're not going to be here?
I'm not going to be able to make the beginning. I'm not going to be able to pregame, but I will definitely be for the post game.
Okay.
So, yeah, now you're gonna have to man the fort. You might have a special guest appearance. Someone.
Yeah, I might get my buddy in here to sub in. So we'll see. And real quick, my buddy said I do have to say this was a close game. A small tweak here and there is all we need, if anything at all. Hope Barzal makes a comeback too. But Barzal, big
that'd
body.
Be nice.
Yeah,
that'd be nice.
Get some. You got the team Bs. And then, Joni came back. You are correct. Nothing we do is ever easy, but I do believe Boston teams have heart. Celtics will be our team too. Love Boston in the playoffs this season. Yes, Joni. There's no reason to not expect great success this season for both these teams, Joni. So hopefully both these teams at least give us something to cheer for the next couple months. So yeah, we'll see everybody. I'll see everybody before Wednesday's games. We'll do like a Bruins Celtic hybrid because they're both kind of happening on the same night, which is a bit of a bummer. And then we'll be here after both games end probably, because probably going to want to watch the
Celtics will end first. The Celtics will end first. We'll do one on Celtics, then we'll jump on when the Bruins end.
Yes. So sounds good. Thanks everybody. Hope you have a good rest of your evening.